Today we are looking at the rest of our elimination notes here, okay? So when we look at some of these elimination problems, what we're going to have to look at is sometimes we can't always just multiply one equation by something. So if we look at this first system we have 7x plus 2y is equal to 14 and negative 4x minus 3y is equal to negative 21. Now we're used to being able to multiply one of our equations in our system, and we can multiply it by something in order to get it close to the other one or opposite in one way to where we can eliminate a variable. Well, in this case, we're not going to be able to do that. So what I'm going to look at here is I'm going to look at multiplying the top equation by 3. When I do that, I get 3 times 7x, which is 21x, and 3 times 2y, which is 6y, then 14 times 3, which is 42. Okay, so I'm multiplying this top equation by 3. Now, hopefully some of us can pick up on what I'm going to do next. Now that I have a 6y, is there anything I can multiply this negative 3y by in order to get the opposite of a positive 6y so we can eliminate the y? Hopefully most of us are saying a 2. If I multiply this whole thing up top by 2 here, okay, I would get 2 times negative 4x, which is negative 8x, and 2 times negative 3y, which is negative 6y, and 2 times negative 21, which is negative 42. Okay, so now we can see that my elimination process is showing up right here, right? I have a positive 6y and a negative 6y. Okay, when I do this, I get 21x plus a negative 8x, which is 13x, a positive 6y minus a 6y, which is end up being a 0y, which is 0, and then 42 minus or plus a negative 42, which is also 0. Okay, now to solve for x, divide both sides by 13. Well, 0 divided by anything is just 0, so my x is equal to 0. Okay, so again, in this case, instead of just multiplying one of these equations by something, we had to end up multiplying both of them. Now, for those of you that finished your worksheet from the first day of elimination, you notice that you had to do this on the very last problem of that worksheet. Okay, so once I have my x, I just resubstitute that value for x into one of these equations, one of them original equations that we had. I chose the first one. 7 times 0 is just 0, so I'm left with 2y equals 14. Of course, 2y equals 14, y is equal to 7. Okay, y is equal to 7. So my ordered pair solution to this linear system would be the point 0, 7. Okay, so again, we might have to multiply it. When using elimination, we might have to multiply both equations in that system by something. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. The next one, I have negative 4x plus 7y is equal to 10, and 5x minus 2y is equal to 1. There's a couple different ways we could do this. Okay, the way I chose to do it is to multiply the top equation by 2. 2 times negative 4x is negative 8x, and 2 times 7y is 14y, and 10 times 2 is 20. Okay, so hopefully we can see what I'm starting to do here, which one I'm going to eliminate. Okay, I'm going to multiply the bottom one by a positive 7. 7 times 5x is 35x. 7 times negative 2y is negative 14y. And 1 times 7, of course, is just 7. Okay, so now hopefully we saw that I was trying to eliminate the y there. Does it matter which variable I eliminate? No. As long as we can keep everything organized and make sure we're getting the opposites of one of the variables, we can eliminate it, right? We need a positive something of y and a negative something of y, okay? They need to be able to eliminate each other, okay? So negative 8x plus 35x is going to give me a 27x. The y's cancel out, as we know, and 20 plus 7 is just 27. 27x is equal to 27. Of course, we're going to just divide each side by 27. Well, anything divided by itself is just 1. So I get x is equal to 1. Then again, with this value that I found, I'm going to resubstitute it into one of my equations. I chose the bottom equation this time. 5x minus 2y is equal to 1. Well, 5 times 1 is just 5. 5 minus 2y is equal to 1. You subtract 5 from both sides. 1 minus 5 is just negative 4. So I get negative 2y is equal to negative 4. And then to solve for y here, of course, guys, we divide by negative 2. And negative 4 divided by negative 2 is positive 2. So I have x equal to 1, y equal to 2. My ordered pair solution to this system of equations using the elimination method is the point 1, 2. Okay? So that is it for today, guys. If you have any questions, let us know.